Hello and welcome to Hispanic Conservative. This is Celia. Welcome to the end of 2024, at least where I am. If you're ahead of me, awesome. You're in the new year already. I can't wait to get there. I mean, it'll be here when it gets here. Let's just go over some of the things that were significant, at least in 2024, before we get into the new year, at least on my end. I know I keep saying that, but okay. Bankruptcies and businesses, Spirit Airlines, some of Big Lots. Now, I do know they are keeping some stores open for Big Lots. And I happened to see a Red Lobster commercial. I know they were going through bankruptcy. So I don't know if that means they're actually going out of business or just reducing the size of their retail stores, outlets, restaurants. Um, and I know there's a whole lot of other companies I can't even remember, and some places I've probably never been. So I wouldn't even notice they're missing, you know. Um, so I'm sorry about those people that lost their jobs, and that's a shame that the companies had to go out of business. But it's been falling since the COVID times when businesses couldn't take customers in person. They had to close their brick and mortars. People had to adjust to going online. I mean, when I was a teacher and we had to quit, we left school during spring break, and then everything all of a sudden we had to come back from spring break and everything was supposed to be online, and it was just like a crazy thing trying to get everything situated and figure this out, and how do I set that up, and what are we doing here, and how are we doing that. you know it's just a crazy thing when all that happened. But so some of these companies closed, and some of them are not even just in the United States. Some of them are around the world anyway. Egg production, they keep talking about this bird flu, and they're calling for the culling of lots of chickens. So what do you guess? Supply and demand. Less chickens, less eggs, and the prices are going up. Last time I bought a dozen eggs, it was $4.13 at HEB, and I was just like, man, I can't believe it's that expensive. But I mean, I have to have them anyway. I ended up making, what did I need it for? Cheesecake and that kind of thing. So I mean, I need eggs for that kind of thing. And I haven't been eating eggs like I used to because they're just so expensive. I do have powdered eggs though, but that's a whole other different story. They taste a little bit different unless I mix it with something like sausage or chorizo, make a papas con huevo, or something else. Although I do prefer chorizo con huevo. Um, it's a little bit different tasting. Okay, so the eggs. CEOs departing companies like Boeing. What is this one? I forgot. Oh, Nike, Peloton, Weight Watchers, and Intel. I mean, and there were so many more. There was this the one that there was 160 something up until November of 2024. And it makes you wonder, why are these people leaving the heads of companies? Why are these CEOs leaving? If you want to think about if it has anything to do with any kind of financial crime or something that has to do with any kind of lists that are going on that we still don't know everybody that's on these lists. Some of them are trying to, get out of the limelight and disappear, right? Oh, let's, like some of these actors going to Europe. You can't hide over there. They know where you are. We're going to find you. And we know who some of these people are. And once again, I will say, if you know, you know. Credit card debt. No, default. Credit card default to the highest level in 14 years, $46 billion in the first 9 months. That, I mean, after this, what are we talking, up to September? That's just crazy. So if anybody charged all their living, they went on vacation in summer, they put it on a credit card, and then they can't pay their bill. They can't pay the credit card. So they're just defaulting. You know what's really, I have to say it this way, what really sucks about credit cards, first of all, the interest rate's really ridiculous. And then they want to charge you, what, $30 every time you don't make a payment? Well, all that does is make it worse. I mean, how you expect me to pay the bill when you keep making it worse? Just, it's a pile on. It's actually, when you look at the banking system, it's a crime and it's a shame. But more crimes going on than anything. While we're in the middle here, like, share, subscribe if you don't mind. Okay. Um, so for 2025, some of these things, okay, like me, credit cards, I'm still buying things on credit card, but it's a lot of auto ship, auto delivery things. I won't say a lot, a few, a couple of auto ship items that are supplements that I use all the time. So it's hard to not have those, especially when my joints are aching. When you get a certain age, your joints ache, my knees, my back, my ankles and my feet for somehow reason they're not as flexible, and I'm trying to work them and find exercises for ankles and my feet, do something to keep my hip and my knees limber, my ankles, because even coming up and down the stairs, it's very gruesome. Gruels, no, not gruesome. Grueling is the word I mean. Grueling. Painful, like, oh, I don't want to go up or down these stairs, and then I have to stop a little bit, take another step. So those are the things that I need when we're talking about credit cards. Most of the times when I go grocery shopping, it's debit. Every time I pay my bills, it's on the debit card. Okay, so one of the things I want to do for 2025 is I need to make, okay, a new vision board. And you know what's funny? My vision board fell off the wall about a couple weeks ago. And I thought, okay, if that isn't a sign of something, I don't know what is. And I tried putting it up again and it stayed for a while and then it fell again. I'm like, okay, I need to change some things on that board, I guess. So, one of the other things I need to do is like what I was just talking about is credit card spending. But a lot of things that I am buying now is what I want for the long term, like a wool sweater. That is something that'll last for a long time. And it's a natural fiber, which, if you're trying to get rid of synthetics in your clothing because you're touching your skin, remember that polyester and some of these other synthetics are made of petroleum. And if you're wearing that all day, I mean, what are you putting through your skin that is going into your body? Right? So more natural fibers. I know there's a kind of movement now about natural fibers, cotton wool, linen, flax, maybe hemp. Also with cooking, you know, not any of that PFAS non-stick in your pans. So I see people asking, there's what do you call it, a group on Facebook where they're asking about what are the things you can cook in that are not poisonous, right? You also want to avoid those microplastics. So what I suggest was, okay, some people say to cast iron, which I have, um, stainless steel pans, which are, once you let the pan soak, even if the egg is stuck on it, you let it soak and then you can just peel. Sometimes when it's soft on the bottom, you can just grab it, the egg that's stuck on the pan, and grab it and just throw it away like that, and then just scrub the rest. Okay, cast iron, stainless steel, and anything with a ceramic um, interior, ceramic lining, nonstick. Those are usually the only three things that are decent for human consumption and won't poison you, like some of those other nonsticks they use. And also, too, the other thing I've been thinking about is buying glass containers because, my coffee creamer is a liquid, it comes in a plastic container. So, what I need to do when I buy it is put it in glass. But the only thing I have is the big mason jars. I might have to get something with an easier pour spout because if I try to pour something out of that mason jar, it's just going to be a mess. So I don't know. There's a way I could put a pump on it. Okay, there's an option. I have to see if I can figure that out. Yeah, okay. That's an idea. But so converting a lot of things that I have in the kitchen that come in plastic and putting them in glass. So the plastics, you don't get the microplastics from those containers, especially if it's a liquid. And if you're using plastic utensils, time to go back to wood, to metal, maybe silicone. I don't think that would do you any damage. Those kinds of things are for the healthier version of ourselves. Hopefully, when Kennedy gets in, um, we'll stop all this food poisoning nonsense, and then we can get back into natural utensils, food, clothing. I don't know why they put so many chemicals in bread, probably to preserve it. I buy a French bread from my HEB. It's a buck four. And if you go back and forth, I mean, it tastes so good when it's fresh. I come home and that bread tastes so good. And then I'm not really a bread eater, but that tastes so good. Okay, so I wrap it in the paper and then I tie it in the plastic bag and put it in the fridge. Okay, if you pull it out and it's got moisture on the inside, you have to leave it open and let it dry out, because of course if you put it back with moisture in there, you're going to get the mold. Most of the times breads like that don't have preservatives and all that, they'll go bad within a week for sure. 4 or 5 days. If you leave it out, it gets moisture, it gets moldy. If you put it in the fridge and it's got moisture on the inside, it'll get moldy and then you have to throw it out. And in that case, sometimes I don't even eat half of it. I mean, it's still a waste of money, 50 cents, 52 cents. But I'd rather eat more, at least three-quarters of it before it gets hard, and then I throw it away when it's hard, because then it's difficult to cut and chew. Just tear off. It's better when you buy it fresh and you just tear it off. It's so good. Anyway, so bread without chemicals, foods without chemicals, utensils that are wood, metal, maybe silicone, stainless steel, cast iron, or ceramic lined nonstick in pans, natural fibers like cotton, wool, those kind of things. Now, especially wool, it costs a lot more, but it'll last you a lot longer. But you have to take care of it. You can't hang a lot of those things, or they'll get out of shape. Anyway, what else for 2025? Not spending a lot of money, not giving energy to people that don't deserve it. Right? Sometimes you're nice to people, and then they kind of treat you like garbage, and depending on if probably you're an earth sign or probably if you're a fixed sign, you don't want to give up on people, and you have hope and you're still expecting the best out of people. And some people are just not there. They don't have emotional maturity and they don't treat people right. And maybe it's because they weren't treated right when they were younger, or at a certain time in their life they always got stabbed in the back. But that doesn't mean you need to stick around them, because remember one thing, you can't fix people. They have to do it on their own. So stop wasting time on people that don't deserve your conversation, your energy, to be around you, right? People are going to want to be around you because they like your energy, you're in a good mood, you're a happy person. But there's other people that just want to, take from you, which is why I don't invite people to my house. I was in a lot of bands, but only I think once out of all the bands that I've ever been in, once we were coming back from out of town, from a gig out of town, and we stopped at my place, and I even made coffee for some people. This was I don't even know what time it was. It was early in the morning. We came back from out of town. That was the only one time I had all these people in my house. But I've never ever, in all the other bands that I've been with, had any of these people in my house. As the group, the whole people will just come over. No, never happened. So, because people have a negative energy, they can leave it in your house, and then it's on you, and then you start getting bad things happen to you. Like, well, what happened? I was doing well, and all of a sudden now all this stuff's going on. What's going on? And it's usually too, or envy. People look at you the wrong way. They give you the oh, whatever. So you get one of these. I know this is like a Mediterranean or Greek or Turkey or whatever. They have that eye. Italian even too. Well, the Italians have the cuerno. They wear that horn. And so anyway, protect yourself from the evil eye and that kind of thing. Because even if you don't believe it, there's some people that do that kind of thing, and some people don't even know it. I remember my mom telling me people sometimes don't even know they have it when they look at somebody. If I see somebody that has something I don't have, you know what? Good for you. You make $200,000 a year. Good for you. You can travel. I used to travel quite a bit to Europe, but I don't travel now. But if somebody was, to go to Europe, I'd be like, man, good for you. I wish I could go with you, whatever. But I don't envy people for things. I'm already, it's, I don't think I ever envied people for things that I didn't have, but, you know, just kind of have to keep that. If that's something you think you do, maybe, don't be envious of people when they have something you don't. Sometimes having those things that you wish, oh, I wish I had 100, I wish I was a millionaire. Yeah, but it's also a curse because sometimes, you get certain kinds of people. When you have money, people want to be around you so they can have part of your wealth, or maybe they want to steal from you, or maybe, they just, one day they'll be in your house. This is why I don't invite people to my house, like I said, and things disappear. If your jewelry starts disappearing or stuff starts happening, it's probably some of the people you're hanging around with. So that's the thing to be careful about, who you let in your circle. And to be honest, I don't have any friends, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I have people that I work with that when I go to schools or when I'm in the restaurant, other musicians that I know, but friends, I don't have them anymore. They walked away, and you know what? I let them. For whatever reason, they wanted to change who they hung out with or the energy, they went a different direction. Okay, fine. Good for you. I hope you're happy. Have fun, enjoy your life. But, it's okay. I'm good. So, letting people go is another thing, right? If people came into your life, and people aren't meant to be in your life all your life, right? Sometimes people are only meant to come in and teach you a lesson about yourself or about them. Or once you meet that person, you'll be like, oh, I need to watch out for people like that again. Because, I mean, sometimes, and people are deceiving, right? They pretend to be one way and they're really another. But then you find out how they are, or you find out how they treat other people, and then you're like, okay. Or you have a feeling. Sometimes you have to trust your gut when something is like, I don't know about this person. Just keep your mouth shut and observe, you know, and then that way you'll find out. People will show you who they are. You let them, right? There's that saying. If they're mean to people, or you walk away and they're treating a server like crap, or they treat animals like crap, that's not the person you should be hanging out with. So anyway, just be careful who you hang out with. If you need a good friend, get a dog, I guess. That would be a good thing. I live in the second floor condo. I'm not going to get a dog. It's too much hassle for me. What else? Not spending money. I need to get rid of, what do you call it? Declutter my place. I have a lot of knickknacks. Now, like I said, I have traveled and I have things that I've bought in other countries, and some of them I will probably keep, but a lot of things I probably need to get rid of. A lot of books. I still have records down there. I should probably sell them for a bunch. Here, just take all the records for $10, whatever it is. DVDs. Well, I just bought a DVD player because some of these movies I haven't seen, and I really like to watch some of these movies. So, what else do I have? A lot of pots and pans and baking. You know, probably have more pots and pans than I really need. I could probably get rid of. I did get rid of some, and a lot of coffee cups that I had. I got rid of a lot of that. Just decluttering things. Socks that I don't wear. I only wear wool socks. So, and I have other socks that are there. They're like brand new, but I'm not gonna wear them. So I need to, yeah, declutter that. Get rid of some other blankets. If they're made of polyester or spandex and all that, that is all synthetic material. That is, like, be careful too what you wash your clothes in, because if you're washing in chemicals and then you're sleeping in it because you washed your sheets in it, or you're wearing it all day, then that's also touching your skin, and that is the largest organ in your body. And this is where people get, I think people get sick from that. So something else to consider: look at the ingredients on your detergent. Start going laundry soap. Use um, laundry soap that is natural, right? There's recipes online for laundry soap, dish soap that's made of borax, washing soda, maybe baking soda, salt. You might need citric acid if you're using it for your dishwasher, because I have some of that, right? So just, you kind of have to be careful what you're washing your things are, especially like even cleaning your house, right? Bleach is good for some things, But a lot of times, when you inhale a lot of bleach fumes, it will affect your olfactory. So then you'll end up ruining your sense of smell. I knew somebody who did that, who they were in the cleaning business, and that's what happened to them. Because I did a little stint when I was in college working for a cleaning company, cleaning an office, a medical office that had a dialysis place in there. We used bleach for a lot of things in that building because, there was blood on some things. We always had to be careful what we touched in there. But, if you were in the cleaning business or you clean your house a lot with a lot of chemicals, you should really watch out and start trying to find more natural things to protect your body, right? Okay. I'm trying to think of what else. For me, that's it. Taking good proper supplements too. You have to watch out what's in those because I think those are not regulated. So you have to watch out what's in your supplements and your vitamins, anything that you consume, right? Foods, drinks, that kind of thing. Okay. So this is the end of 2024. We're heading out with the old, in with the new 2025. So let's get it and let's make that money. Let's get that bag. Todos a ganar más dinero. Por favor, vámonos. With God's good grace, right? Con la ayuda de Dios. Let's make more money. Let's be happy. And I know money isn't all the happiness, but it helps, especially in these times with horrible inflation that we're having right now. So I want y'all to have a good new year, 2025. If you go out and celebrate, enjoy, but be careful. The Irish custom, which I saw on Facebook, open the door at midnight, let the old out, in with the new. Let's welcome the new year. Pray for peace, the end of wars, a great economy, loving family, all the things that we want that make us happy. God grant it all. Okay? I think that's all I have for today. I'll try to come up with something else. There were some other things I wanted to talk about economy wise, but it's already like 22 minutes. So I got to go. Listen to me faster, like and subscribe, share if you need to. All right. Y'all have a good 2025. This is Celia and your Hispanic Conservative is out. Thank you very much.